Hello, beautiful souls. I am Britney Shawley, and today in this video we are talking about N.L.P, Neuro Linguistics Programming. And I was actually interviewed by Maggie Perotin, and all her information and links to her groups are found below. And during this interview, we talk about why is N.L.P important, and how is it that we can bring it into our business and our life and our kitchen, and bring this sense of confident, creative, centered, grounded, calm feeling. And if you stay to the end, I actually lead you through an exercise called anchoring that will get you into that state of calm confidence within seconds. So you don't want to miss it. And if you find any value, any nuggets of inspiration or ideas in this at all, please give it a like and please subscribe and share it.
I think we are live. I think we're live. Yes, we are. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Brittany. Thank you for coming and agreeing to talk about N.L.P with us today. Before we speak, I just want to make sure that we are live.
Important.
So let me, oh, there we are. We are. Perfect. So here, this way, I'll see who is joining us. So yes, ladies, today we're going to talk about neuro-linguistic programming, and Brittany is an expert in this, not only, but I will let you, Brittany, introduce yourself. And then, yeah, let's talk about how it can help us in our business.
Excellent. Okay, so hi, everybody. Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me, Maggie. I always love talking with you. My name is Britney Shawley. To give you, I guess, a little bit of an understanding of like my background and where I came from, I think I'll start when I kind of hit my own crossroads in my life. I was actually set up, finishing university my last year, going to be a teacher. But then I started contemplating the ideas of entrepreneurship. I mean, my family, was always coming from an entrepreneur background. And so I was also at that time in my life at a crossroads with my own relationship to myself and to food. And I was a really big binge eater at that time. And it just so happened that my university went on strike for 16 weeks. Wow. And so it gave me an opportunity to really question these things and be like, hey, I need to change, but I want to help people to end suffering. Like, what am I going to do with my life? And I got to the point where I just started asking questions, and I realized inside my own mind that I was basing all of my decisions in my life on fear. And that the reason why I felt I couldn't make a decision is because I was afraid of any decision that I was going to make. And it was in that moment that I dedicated my life to love and going to trust the loving powers of the universe. And this was like the beginning of just like trust in something greater than myself. I was not religious. I was just open-minded. And so like that started my journey. And right away I was like, okay, like if I'm realizing that I want to live my life based on love, then you show me what this means. And so I started walking along the path, just talking, communicating about the possible idea of becoming an entrepreneur. And that's what led me into life coaching. And so life coaching is where I started. And then I got into hypnosis, so hypnotherapy, and then Neuro Linguistics Programming. And that became like the basis of the structure of my business for the next 5 or 6 years. And that became how I was able to help others, but then also help myself. And through that, I realized that if I'm going to change my relationship to work, if I'm going to change my relationship to food, if I'm going to change my relationship to myself and really show up as my most like confident, calm, and happy self, it's got to start in the mindset. Like it has to start in the mind. So as I healed within myself and my relationship to food, that is when I started to fall in love with food again and loved cooking and serving people. And that's when I got into holistic nutrition. And then my business started to evolve to help moms and souls learn how to train their mind and bring the power of love, calm confidence into their kitchen, their everyday life, and their business too, right? So that's where I'm at now. And I have my company called Whole and Healthy Kitchen. And so I get to share everything I've learned over these last 10 years into this beautiful channel where I get to work with moms every day. And I love it. So that's where I am today.
That's amazing. And that's kind of how we met, right? In another group. And I love following you on Instagram, mostly on Instagram. I don't go on Facebook that much except for the groups, because you have some awesome recipes that I've already tried over the past over a year now, right? And then, you know, Ella is such a beautiful soul. She's so sweet. So seeing her in the pictures is just, oh my God, my heart melts every time I see her.
Thank you.
So that's, you know, and you know what, I agree that a lot of people and a lot of us, like, we're conditioned this way. We make our decisions based on fear, right? So usually it's not to do things, right? Because we're scared. We're scared to push ourselves. We're scared to fail. We're scared to just take a chance. And what I find the best decisions I've ever made were when I overcame that fear and when I went into that unknown and pushed myself, even though you never know what's on the other end, right? 100%. Sometimes you don't, and you need to have that, find the courage or find a way to do that, because that's, like, I found in my life and even in my clients that those are, you get the best results when you actually do that. So that was very, you know, that resonated with me.
Beautiful.
All right, so let's talk about neuro-linguistic programming. So NLP, tell me, what is it exactly?
I love NLP. So, like, let me break it down. Let's just break it down. So NLP stands for Neuro Linguistics Programming. Mm-hmm. So neuro, as in the combination between the mental, emotional, and physical components of our neurology. It's still morning. Mm-hmm. And then the second part of that is the linguistics, or in other words, the language. So the language that we use in mm-hmm. communicating with other people, mm-hmm. but more importantly, the language that we use in communicating with ourselves. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then the P is programming, but I like the word function, right? Because if you think about your mind, I think about it as like an internal operating system. Mm-hmm. And then our past, kind of like what we were talking about with the fear, the beliefs, the conditioning, mm-hmm. Anything that we've learned from our past is considered the programming. So right. Neuro-linguistics programming helps us to reprogram our mind so that we align our conscious mind with our subconscious mind, and then success happens, right? So that's, in short, what neuro-linguistics programming means. You're reprogramming your mind to have a positive result.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're right. Like, what I read recently is, like, that's the thing, like, our conscious mind, that is the creative mind that can dream, right, and travel in time and go to the future, we're actually using it 5% of the time, and then 95% of the time is that subconscious mind that is, like, you know, breathing, whatever routines we have in life that runs. And if they're very often misaligned because we're not working at that level, then I guess that's where the blockages are. And that's exactly where we have those, you know, blockages. That's like, we want something, but we can't get there.
Exactly.
All right. Exactly. So how is NLP different from other techniques that help us grow our mindset?
Sure. The main word that comes to me when I think of this question is that it's experiential. Right? So we just talked about the idea of the conscious and the subconscious mind. So I like saying that, like, the conscious mind is the one that sets the goals, and then the subconscious mind is the one that makes them happen. Right? So neuro-linguistics programming helps us to get them into alignment. And so it's much like if we would be like, okay, well, I set the goal of having like a $10,000, $20,000 month. Mm-hmm. But then if inside our subconscious mind, based on what we learned from the past, we're telling ourselves that I'm not good enough, I can't do it, that I'm going to fail, then we're never going to reach that $20,000 month because of the subconscious programming, no matter how much you want to do it. So NLP is one of the things, along with hypnosis, but NLP is something you can do yourself without a practitioner guiding you through the experience. So that's also why I love neuro-linguistics programming, because it's something experiential that you can do in the moment when you need it, and you don't have to, like, you know, go to the therapy session to have yourself be helped. You can kind of be your own internal therapist in the moment when you need it in the moment. So that's what I really love. It empowers the individual, the being, to be like, I got this, I can change my state now. And in regards to this idea of state, neuro-linguistics programming, the main goal pretty much is to help us to get into a resourceful state. And a resourceful state is basically when you feel calm, confident, centered, communicative, capable, all these like empowering words that you want to be. And so, yeah, so pretty much that's what makes it different, is that the goal is to get you into this resourceful state naturally on your own, experientially, and at any time you need.
Awesome. Great. So now give us some tips on how to get there. N.L.P. DIY.
Yeah, awesome. Well, what I what I really wanted to do with this, you guys, because obviously there's many techniques with neurolinguistics programming, and a lot of the time when you meet with a practitioner, they teach them to you, you take them home, you use them. So pretty much what I want to do here with you is teach you one of my favorite tools from neurolinguistics programming, maybe lead you to through this 4-step practice, and then it could be just a tool that you like stick in your pocket and take with you whenever you need. So what I decided to do with you guys is something that's called anchoring, right? So we're going to be anchoring the resourceful state so that we can use it at any time we need. So before I get into those 4 steps, I just kind of want to make clear so that we all know, and we've already talked about a little bit with the idea of fear, but a non-resourceful state, like what does that look like? Because we're going to have to kind of recognize inside ourselves when we're in the non-resourceful state. So that's anything like worry, sadness, fear, uncertainty, doubt, any kind of suffering or upset, blame, anxiety, panic. You get the idea. That's like the non-resourceful state. So anytime we catch ourselves in any of those states of being, we can apply an anchor to help get us out of it. And then so like the resourceful state, like I mentioned, it's all the C's: calm, confident, clear, connected, centered. But something that's really important when it comes to like the resourceful state is it's not like just positive thoughts that stay in your head. Like the whole, like, I think I can, that's helpful to a degree, but a resourceful state, and what this anchoring that I'm just about to teach you is going to help you to do, is have that resourceful state be something that you feel emotionally, mentally, physically, and it's a literal palpable experience. Okay. So we want it to fall from thought to form and be an experience. So you want to do this?
I am. I'm ready.
All right, you guys. So what I'm going to suggest is let's just get relaxed. Just close our eyes for a minute and just breathe and just like come into this moment. And before I get into the 4 steps, let's open up our mind for a minute. Let's open up our eyes for a minute. Sorry. Because what I want you to do before we even start is to choose an anchor. I already have mine, so I was just going to like dive into that. But I want us to choose an anchor. An anchor could be anything that's simple for you to do. It could be an action. It could be a word. For my anchor, I literally just put my thumb and my first finger together and my hands are just relaxed. Just my thumb and my first finger together. And that's my anchor. For some people, I have some clients, their anchor is like a word. So it'll be like, I am enough, or I got this, right? Or it's all good, or whatever your word is going to be, whatever your little phrase is going to be. I have some clients that will tap, if they're more like musical in nature, that their anchor is like a tapping. Sometimes the anchor could be just like a rubbing of the fingers. It could be a single word like love, whatever it is. But I want whoever's listening to decide on what their anchor is for them and what feels most natural, most simple for them. And maybe they can write it below, just so we'll see all the different types of kind of anchors. And as I mentioned, mine's just like my thumb and my first finger together. That's my anchor. So once you've decided on whatever your anchor is, there is no wrong answer. Now we can close our eyes. So now that we're here, just relaxing in this moment, I want you to recall a memory or an experience from the past where you felt most empowered, where you felt most confident, most capable, most excited. And just recall those feelings and that memory. Perhaps you want to use all of your 5 senses here. What are you seeing? What colors do you see? What sounds do you hear? How does confidence show up in your body? How does happiness show up in your body? Perhaps there's smells. Really immerse yourself into that memory. And then as those resourceful feelings build, I want you to activate your anchor. Whatever your chosen anchor was, just hold on to that for a moment. If it's a word, just repeat it. If it's an action, just do it. And we're going to breathe into this, holding that memory in our mind for 5 to 15 seconds. Feeling those resourceful energies flood our body and our mind, our emotions, our energy field. And hold on to this until you reach your peak resourceful feelings state. And then you can stop the anchor and just break it for a moment. And for me, I like to just change the state for a minute. I may be able to take a sip of water, open my eyes, take a breath. Because right now we're just setting that anchor into the subconscious. And then let's close our eyes again, you guys. And we'll just do it one more time. Generally, we do this 3 or 4 times, but we'll do it just one more time. And let's think of another memory that brings up the excitement, the confidence, the happiness, the presence, the centeredness, the calmness. Once you tap into that memory and you see it and you feel it and it's in your energy field, apply that anchor. Breathe into that anchor and allow the feelings and the energy of that resourceful state to rise, to intensify, to become brighter. Turn up the light, turn up the volume. For 5 or 15 seconds here, we breathe into that anchor as we are setting it. And once it reaches that peak state of resourcefulness, we can let go of that anchor. Breathe into it, and whenever we are ready, we can open up our eyes. And we've set our anchor. Notice how that makes us feel calm and how that makes us feel centered. Yeah. So now that's like a tool we can put in our pocket, and then we can use anytime we need in parenting, when we need to make those phone calls to our clients, any moment we need. That's our anchor.
Great. That's great. I love that because it's quick, right? It's easy to do on your own anytime.
Anytime.
As you say, you can use it at any point, whether it's in your business or whether it's in your life and so on.
Exactly.
So Renee says that she'll hold a turtle that's dangling from her neck.
Oh, excellent idea.
Awesome.
And that's beautiful too. The imagery of like slowing down, like calming down. That's really beautiful. I love that. And something as just an added thought too, like after we're done today, like you can take yourself through that anchoring exercise and bring up even more memories that brought joy and calm, and just keep filling that anchor with that resourceful state, and then use it, and it'll become natural and second nature for you. I know it is for me now.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So one more question is, how N.L.P can help us up level business specifically, since we are all women entrepreneurs here, and we're thinking about how to grow our businesses and so on.
Yes.
So how that can help us.
Yes. The number one thing that I would say, like that's helped me in business with this, is it helps me to get out of my own way. Because I find the only thing that prevents me and success is my own thoughts about it. Right. So when I find myself and I have to, do the research, talk to the people, be with my clients, but I'm feeling in a state of like, not enough energy, feeling negative about it, uncertain, doubt has always been my big thing. Doubting myself, doubting my abilities. To use that resourceful state, to use that anchor, and bring yourself back to this moment, because it's in this moment where we where our true self is, where our soul is, where our being is. And it's from that place where we are lit up and we are excited and you can feel the energy that we sell the best, right? That we help people the best, that we really just allow ourselves to be our best self. And that's how we can be of greatest service to others and really, really up level our business. Because when we get out of our own way, there's nothing stopping us. And so that's how I would say that that's the biggest help in up-leveling our business, is just helping ourselves to get out of our own way so we can just be that channel of like just value and everything we want to give to who we're serving.
Yeah, and you're so right that very often we're in our own way by doubts and so on, right? So for example, when we don't have that, it's like the easiest, I guess, comparison that I have is, when we're trying to show our potential clients how much we can help them, we're not confident about it. We almost like back out, right? So we're talking about it, but then we're scared to tell the price of our services or products or whatever, right? We're scared to say. But then, for example, on the flip side, let's say you read a book and you loved it so much we have no problem selling that book to whomever we meet, even though it's not our own product, it's not our own service. We'll be saying, you know, it's so great, and I learned this, and much, and it's only whatever, 20 bucks and so on, and you need to have it. And we don't have those restrictions, right?
Yeah.
Whereas, and it's funny because it's counterintuitive, because if something that we do or we produce and we believe in it, we know it's going to help, somehow we still doubt ourselves, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
That's definitely.
That's so good. I love everything you just said. And I feel like what that's reminding me of as well is that through the anchored state, it helps us to remember our why and make it not about us anymore, right? Because our business, it's really not about us. It's about who we're serving. It's about who we're helping. And so the resourceful state helps us to remember, A, why I'm doing this, and that it's not about me. And then we can just like calm down and get out of the way and be like, I got this, you know, like, I got this.
So what is Rena doing? What if it is difficult to find the memory that gives you those moments of confidence and joy?
You know what? It starts with the little small things. Even a moment, let's say that you felt like, you know, you got up on the wrong side of the bed, but then you decided, you know, halfway in the middle of the day that you're going to not let this ruin your day, right? That you're going to have a different kind of day. That's a powerful decision that you want to anchor into. Or maybe the moment of when your children were born and how powerful you felt in that moment as like a new mother, right? Like any small little, when you went for a walk and you're breathing fresh air and you feel that calm breeze, like that's a moment. If you've ever gone on vacation and you've laid on the beach, that's a moment. All of these little tiny moments where you have just a moment of like, oh, wow, I look really good today. You know, you see yourself in the mirror. Those are the little moments, maybe little tender moments that you experienced with, you know, a parent when you were little, those moments. It's all those little moments that can add up to the full on energy that you want for that anchor.
Yeah, and as you said, right, we can redo it a few times when you bring those little moments. And Renee, like I agree, they don't have to be like big accomplishments or whatever. That helps you, because in a way, if you can bring that state in one area of your life, you can bring it into your business too.
Exactly.
You're the same person with the same abilities, same skills that very often is transferable, right? Being a parent or being a leader of your business, it's not that different.
Exactly. But even those moments that if we do meet with a client, our client has a breakthrough, that's a huge resourceful state that you want to tap into. Add that to your anchor for sure.
Okay, I love it. Thank you. Liliana says, amazing. The tapping on my chest could do it for me. Thanks.
Oh yeah. A lot of my clients choose that one. That's a big one.
Yeah, one's good. No one is good. All right. Well, thank you very much, Britney, for, you know, coming and sharing your wisdom. You know, do you have anything coming or anything that you can share with the group or
the only thing that's really coming to my mind is, I mean, I share recipes and like mindset ideas every day in my group, Whole and Healthy from the Inside Out. That's a big place to gather. I would love to like connect with you guys. And I also have up and coming a course that I've been creating that's called Kitchen Alchemy. And the goal is to help you to master your kitchen so you can master your life. So I bring all these aspects of, you know, mindset, everything having to do with Neuro Linguistics Programming and like holistic nutrition and just showing up practically every day in your life as your best self. So I share a lot about that on my website, wholeandhealthykitchen.com, and just feel free to reach out to me, ask me any questions, say what's up. I would love to connect with you guys.
Awesome. So as usual, put the links in the comments afterwards. So if there's ladies who are watching after or replay or even now, they can easily find you and connect. Thank you very much, and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
In Canada, it's our Thanksgiving weekend, so happy Thanksgiving. We'll be all cooking yummy, nutritious food.
Yay, I love it. Thank you so much, Maggie, for having me. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time with your family. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Bye.